It is 6 a.m. in a kitchen that smells like hope and history. There is a pot simmering on the stove, steam curling up from a handful of roots, greens, and bones. A woman named Gloria, 62 years old, is stirring with a wooden spoon. She is not counting out capsules. She is not reading the back of a supplement bottle. She is making medicine the way her grandmother did, the way her great-grandmother did, the way people have done for thousands of years before the supplement industry convinced you that health comes in a pill, a powder, a monthly subscription. And here is the truth. Nobody wants to say out loud, the most powerful way to fix nutrient deficiencies does not come from a factory. It does not come from a lab. It comes from the land, the kitchen, the table. It comes from food, real food, whole food, food that is alive with vitamins, minerals, enzymes, and the kind of synergy no supplement can match. Food that works better than any pill, not because it is natural, but because it is complete, because it contains everything your body needs, in the form your body recognizes, in the company of the cofactors that make it work. But you have been told otherwise. You have been told that supplements are superior, that a capsule of bioavailable iron is better than a bowl of beans, that a vitamin D pill is better than a walk in the sun, that a probiotic is better than a spoonful of sauerkraut. You have been told this by people who profit from your confusion, by an industry that turns $1 of raw material into $50 of product, by a system that wants you to believe you are broken and only they can fix you. Today, I am pulling back the curtain on how holistic healers fix nutrient deficiencies without supplements. Not because I want you to throw away your medicine cabinet, but because you deserve to know the truth about what is possible when you reclaim the knowledge that was always yours and why that knowledge was buried, not lost. The real reason food works and why supplements fail. Let us start with the outrage. The supplement industry is worth over $50 billion a year in the USA alone. It is almost completely unregulated. Companies can put almost anything in a capsule, slap a label on it, and sell it as health. The FDA does not test supplements for safety or effectiveness before they hit the market. The only time a supplement gets pulled is after enough people get hurt. And here is the kicker. Most supplements are made from isolated compounds, one vitamin, one mineral, one active ingredient. But your body does not work that way. Nutrients in food come packaged with cofactors, other vitamins, minerals, enzymes, and phytonutrients that help your body absorb, use, and balance what you eat. When you take a supplement, you are getting one note. When you eat real food, you are getting the whole symphony. That is why holistic healers use food. That is why it works. And that is why the supplement industry wants you to forget it. The 7 pillars of holistic nutrient repletion. Let us walk through the real strategies, not a list of superfoods, not a list of exotic powders you cannot pronounce, a list of time-tested, research-backed, and deeply practical ways to fix nutrient deficiencies without a single pill. Bone broth, the original multivitamin. Before there were multivitamins, there was bone broth. Mountain men, grandmothers, and healers from every culture simmered bones, joints, and connective tissue for hours, sometimes days. The result is a mineral-rich, collagen-packed, easily digested elixir loaded with calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, glycine, proline, and gelatin. Modern research confirms this. Bone broth contains bioavailable minerals, amino acids, and compounds that support gut health, joint repair, and immune function. It is the original supplement, and it comes with 0 side effects. Why was it forgotten? Because it takes time, patience, and a willingness to use the whole animal. But in a world of leaky gut, joint pain, and chronic inflammation, bone broth is making a comeback. Long before there were probiotic pills, there was sauerkraut, kimchi, kefir, yogurt, miso, and sourdough. Holistic healers have always known that the gut is the root of health and that the best way to fix a deficiency is to fix digestion first. Fermented foods are loaded with beneficial bacteria, enzymes, and B vitamins. They increase the bioavailability of minerals like iron, zinc, and magnesium. They heal the gut lining, reduce inflammation, and crowd out pathogens. Modern research confirms that fermented foods improve digestion, boost immunity, and even increase the absorption of nutrients from other foods. No probiotic pill can match the diversity or potency of a spoonful of real sauerkraut. Liver, nature's multivitamin. This is the one nobody wants to talk about, the one that has been erased from the modern diet. Liver is the most nutrient-dense food on Earth. It is loaded with vitamin A, B12, folate, iron, copper, zinc, and choline. Just a few ounces a week can correct deficiencies that no supplement can touch. Holistic healers have always prized liver for rebuilding blood, boosting energy, and supporting fertility. Modern research confirms that liver is the best source of bioavailable vitamin A, B12, and iron, nutrients that are often deficient in modern diets, especially for women. Why was it forgotten? Because it is not trendy, not sweet, and not easy to market. But it works, and it is making a comeback in ancestral health circles. Number 4, dark leafy greens, the mineral powerhouse. Kale, collards, dandelion, nettle, spinach, and chard are the foods that built strong bones, healthy blood, and resilient bodies for generations. They are loaded with magnesium, calcium, potassium, vitamin K, folate, and vitamin C. Holistic healers use greens to correct mineral deficiencies, support detoxification, and alkalize the body. Modern research confirms that greens are associated with lower rates of heart disease, osteoporosis, and cancer. They are the original alkalizing food, no powder required. Before there were iodine pills, there was seaweed. Dulse, kelp, nori, and wakame are loaded with iodine, magnesium, calcium, and trace minerals. Holistic healers have used sea vegetables to support thyroid health, balance hormones, and remineralize the body. Modern research confirms this. Seaweed is the best natural source of iodine, a mineral essential for thyroid function and metabolism. It also contains alginates that bind heavy metals and support detoxification. Why was it forgotten? Because it is not part of the standard American diet, but in a world of thyroid dysfunction and mineral depletion, sea vegetables are making a comeback. Sprouted and soaked grains, beans, and seeds. Holistic healers have always known that grains, beans, and seeds are hard to digest in their raw form. They contain phytic acid, lectins, and enzyme inhibitors that block mineral absorption. The solution is simple: soak, sprout, or ferment them. Sprouting and soaking break down anti-nutrients, and they increase vitamin content, especially B vitamins, making minerals like iron, zinc, and magnesium more bioavailable. Modern research confirms that sprouted grains and beans are easier to digest, less likely to cause bloating, and more nutritious than their unsprouted counterparts. Why was this knowledge forgotten? Because it takes time and patience. But this is the difference between a meal that nourishes and a meal that depletes. Sunlight, the forgotten vitamin D source. Before there were vitamin D pills, there was sunlight. Holistic healers have always known that time outdoors is essential for health. Sunlight triggers the production of vitamin D in the skin, regulates circadian rhythms, and boosts mood. Modern research confirms that vitamin D deficiency is linked to depression, immune dysfunction, bone loss, and chronic disease. No pill can replace the synergy of sunlight, movement, and fresh air. Why was it forgotten? Because we spend 90% of our time indoors, but the solution is free, and it works. Let's get specific. Here are 13 foods and herbs holistic healers use to fix deficiencies, each one backed by tradition and science. Bone-in sardines are loaded with calcium, vitamin D, omega-3 fatty acids, and vitamin B12. Eat the bones for maximum benefit. Pumpkin seeds are one of the best sources of magnesium and zinc. Soak or sprout them for better absorption. Section 10. Blackstrap molasses, rich in iron, calcium, magnesium, and potassium. A spoonful a day is an old remedy for anemia. 11. Egg yolks. Egg yolks are packed with choline, vitamin D, vitamin B12, and selenium. Do not throw away the yolk. The nutrition is in the yellow. 12. Beet greens. Beet greens are higher in iron and minerals like calcium and magnesium than the root. Use them in soups, sautés, or smoothies. Dandelion greens are mineral-rich, loaded with potassium, calcium, and vitamin K. They are bitter, yet powerful for liver and kidney health. Nettle, a wild green rich in iron, calcium, and vitamin C, used for centuries as a spring tonic. 15. Fermented cod liver oil, the original source of vitamins A and D, plus omega-3 fatty acids, used for generations to prevent rickets and boost immunity. Sunflower seeds are high in vitamin E, magnesium, and selenium. A handful a day supports heart and skin health. Parsley, rich in vitamin K, vitamin C, and iron. More than a garnish, it is an old remedy for anemia and kidney health. Liverwurst and pate. Organ meats are nature's multivitamin. Spread on bread or crackers for a nutrient-dense snack. Raw sauerkraut is loaded with vitamin C, vitamin K2, and probiotics. It supports gut health and immune function. Bone marrow, roasted or simmered, is rich in fat-soluble vitamins, minerals, and compounds that support stem cells. Why these methods work when supplements fail? Here is the outrage. Every one of these foods and practices contains hundreds of compounds that work together. When you take a supplement, you are getting one molecule isolated, stripped of its context, often in a dose your body cannot use. When you eat real food, you are getting the full spectrum: vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, enzymes, and phytonutrients that buffer, enhance, and balance each other. Clinical research backs this up. Studies show that nutrients from food are more bioavailable, more effective, and safer than isolated supplements. The synergy of the whole food cannot be replicated in a lab. That is why holistic healers use food. That is why it works. And here is the empowerment. You do not need a prescription. You do not need a subscription. You do not need to spend $50 a month on a bottle of pills. You need knowledge, access, and the willingness to reclaim what was always yours. How to start. And what the supplement industry does not want you to know. You do not need to be a nutritionist to use these foods. You need to start simple. Eat a variety of whole foods, rotate greens, roots, seeds, and animal foods. Cook from scratch, use bones, organ meats, and wild greens. Ferment, soak, and sprout. Make your grains, beans, and seeds more digestible. Get outside, let the sun do what no pill can. Listen to your body. Cravings are often signals, not weaknesses. Start with 1 or 2 changes. Learn how your body responds. Build your own medicine chest, one meal at a time. The truth. They never wanted you to know. The supplement industry wants you to believe you are broken, that you need a pill for every problem, that health is something you buy, not something you grow, gather, or cook. But the truth is, the most powerful medicine on earth is in your kitchen, your garden, your local farmer's market. The knowledge was always there. It was just buried under a mountain of marketing, regulation, and profit. You are not broken. You were just given broken instructions. The tools were always there. The knowledge was always yours. Now you know.